Act, and now the Obama administration wants to assassinate U.S. citizens. So I guess I better watch out. I'm abroad.
Yeah, we did hit for the bush real quick here. The Bush.
Oh, yeah, we need to head for George W. Bush.
Yeah, that too.
Again.
All of us need to head for George W. Bush, and every war criminal that comes into this country needs to be apprehended and dealt with immediately.
Stephen Harper.
Or Stephen Harper. Any war criminal.
That's right.
Any war criminal.
Jim Prentice.
It is time for us to intervene and run intervention. We have to run intervention, if for nothing else, for our own survival and our own humanity.
The dude who was moderating the room when Kadar's lawyer was here is one of the worst in this town.
Well, I'm ready to engage with the audience.
Absolutely.
We've got people out on Ustream, people in Nigeria, people in England, people in Mexico, people watching from all around the world currently on Ustream. So,
Oh, that's fantastic.
yeah, some
That's
people are saying it's
fantastic.
historic moments and
That's
making
right.
comments. Yeah. Yeah, so thank you.
What other countries? Nigeria?
Mexico,
Mexico?
we've got people all around North America, the UK, Regina, Toronto.
Well,
Yeah,
people
so-
in Nigeria, of course, we express our solidarity with the people in Nigeria who are fighting for sovereignty over their own land and their own resources. In Mexico, I was with the 10,000 women who said we're willing to die before we see the United States steal our electricity, steal our oil, steal the education of our children, which is what the United States is trying to do. So there is a global movement of resistance, and we're initiating it here in Calgary as well. You
Of all
guys
places.
are a part of it.
Bring
So
it
say something. Yeah. Ask questions. Are there any questions or comments? Yes, sir.
What is happening with the trial of I don't know the fellow's name, but he was supposedly the originator of the 9/11 attack itself, and now he's actually confessed under
Khalid
waterboarding
Sheikh
for 89
Mohammed.
times, but he's confessed. Now, if he's found guilty, that gives these people, these monsters, an out, saying, well, here we are, we've got the guy, he's pleaded guilty, and see, it's real. And there's gonna be, I don't know numbers, but there's a 300 million, there's lots more people. Like you said, we're joined to the hip, Canada, and it will drag us down. But what happens down there is so influential in Canada. The people are gonna read this in all the
Anybody that
media, and
believes.
they're gonna believe it.
Anybody that believes that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, who was supposed to get a trial in Manhattan District Court, for 9/11, anybody that can believe that this man is a self-confessed mastermind of 9/11 will also believe that this man created the iceberg that brought down the Titanic. If this man was waterboarded 183 times, there was another man by the name of
Al-Libi.
Al-Libi. Al-Libi was waterboarded 125 times to put the finger on Khalid Sheikh Mohammed when Al-Libi gave testimony that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was the mass murderer, mastermind behind 9/11. He comes up mysteriously dead. Lawrence Miller, I believe is his last name, was one of the lieutenant generals under Dick Cheney in his regime, and he said, Lawrence Wilkerson said basically, something happened to Al-Libi. Al-Libi was a smoking gun. He comes up mysteriously dead. I think we need an internal investigation. Well, then they spin around. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 5 others are supposed to go on trial in Manhattan, as if they're putting on the appearance of a civilian trial. all of a sudden, there is no more civilian trials. Everybody pushes them back into military courtrooms under the as enemy combatants. So they got them out of the way. Here's a guy waterboarded 182 times who would admit to anything that they said. If you can believe that this one guy is their justification for 9/11, well, then you can believe anything. That is so weak. It is so weak. When in all reality, there are brilliant scholars like Peter Dale Scott, like David Ray Griffin, like many intelligents, like 1,000 architects and engineers who have stated that those buildings came down by explosives, implosions. And it was done as an inside job by the intelligence agencies of Israel, U.S., ISI, of Pakistan, as well as the SAS of the British government. Let's not be. Any trial right now will end up being a kangaroo trial, a court. It'll be a sham to cover up what really is going on. But the reality is there are so many people, millions of people worldwide that are seeing the reality, the truth, and critical mass is beginning to develop in order to hold these people accountable for the inside job. It's coming. Now. Yeah.
I just would like to say that the United States government is very adept at creating patsies. And the first sort of rule is to find that lone nut. It's either a lone nut or a lone bullet. And that lone nut then is responsible for the greatest crime of the decade or the century. That was exactly what happened with the murder of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., something I know a little bit about. And if we read the counterintelligence program papers, the COINTELPRO papers, what you will learn is that the United States sets people up and then spikes them in the courtroom. And so my sister, Lynn Stewart, who is my soul sister, is in prison right now because she dared to do her job as an attorney and defend someone that the United States said was guilty of terrorism. And she's in prison. Imagine what the next lawyers are going to do. They're going to do absolutely nothing because now my sister, our sister in spirit, Lynn Stewart, is the example of what will happen to a lawyer who actually tries to defend their client.
That's right.
Or a social justice activist or a journalist. Or a social justice activist or a journalist. I mean,
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And the U.S. now, under the Obama administration, is basically saying that that they can that they have authorized the killing of American citizens abroad for any level of fraternization with known terrorist organizations. Well, that means right now, if they wanted to come out of the woodwork and start firing away at us.
Yeah, we better look out for a drone.
Yeah, that's right. And we're not talking about drones filled to give you back relief. We're talking the kind that rips your back in half. Drone planes. Another question.
Someone in Ottawa has asked you, I think his name's O'Neill in Ottawa, says, how can we help your campaign, SDS?
Okay, first of all, let me, Jason Devine, would you please stand up? And everybody from the STS Solidarity Group here, would you please stand up and let everybody see your beautiful faces? Now, this is the Spin in the Sky Solidarity Group. Jason and Nicole and others and Tavis are all, if you want to know how to get involved, you can email what's the email address for the STS Solidarity?
I'll write it down.
Okay. And then the people over here